Well, hello there folks, and welcome back to The Whiskey Friend with me, Alan. Here we are again. You must be sick of the sight. Yes, it's Pete. Yes, it's Pete. Yes, it's Pete. We're sticking with Ardbeg. I'm going to try and do a quick hitter video here. It's a quick battle. I'm going to dive into two of these. I'm going to hit on my left, I've got the Ardbeg Uigeadail, 54.2% ABV. And I have the Ardbeg Corryvreckan at 57.1% ABV. So two Belton Ardbegs, part of the core range at Ardbeg, along with the 10 and the Anoa. So I have got a wee bit of the 10 pulled here as well. So I've got time later on, I might just dive that in as well and see how that compares. But I'm going to crack into battle these two together. Both big, massive Ardbegs. This is where I'm probably going to end the Ardbeg for this little season, and I'll get into some other things after this. So what I'm going to do, guys, if you hang on to the end, I'm going to get a quick score on both. I'm going to try and pick a winner and let you know my thoughts on these two. So without any further ado, guys, let's just crack into these ones. So I've had them opened up in the shed, and I forgot to put my toppers on them for a bit, and I've came back, let them open up, and the shed is just, it says bonfire smoke, it's campfire, it's everything. I actually smelt it when I came out of the kitchen. It was that smoky. So let's just dive into two of these. I now have them covered up. I've had them covered up for a bit. On the Uigeadail, I've got the Whiskey Friend coin batch 3 number 1 on that one, and I have the number 64 on the Corryvreckan. So let's dive into these. Yes, the new coins are out, guys. I'll pop a link into the description if you want to pick up some coins and support the channel. So let's dive into these. So on the nose of the Uigeadail, 54.2% ABV, non-chill filtered, natural colour. Wow, it's the sherry's there. I think this was one of my favourites from well, I'm saying favourites. As you probably know, guys, I've been doing the channel now for about 2 or 3 years now, and I was never a peat head. I had it from time to time, but never, I was more a sherry. This was one of the ones when I went on holiday a couple of times and I'm going duty free, I picked up, or travel retail as it's known now, I picked up a bottle to take on holiday, and I've picked this one up a couple of times. I think it was the sherry influence in it, because I'm a wee bit of a sherry head. But yeah, no, this is wonderful. It's rich, it's sweet, it's sherried, it's full bodied. Wow. It's ex-bourbon barrels and ex-sherry barrels in this one. Wow, the peat's there, but I'd say it's a sweet peat. It's briny, it's seaweedy, it's all the things you would expect. But the tobacco's there, the smoke's quite prominent. It's more like a tobacco smoke, maybe a bonfire smoke. Wow, but in amongst it you've got some beautiful toffee, vanilla, caramel diving in there, but the usual stuff's there, the tar's there, the lemon citrus is there, peat smoke, but it's beautifully integrated and it's beautifully well rounded. Then you pick up some raisin, bit of leather. Wow, there's just so much. A little bit nutty element there as well. It's gone a little bit nutty. Wow, so nice. I want to give a quick shout out to Mr. Gabriel Wilding for supplying both these samples to me. I was deciding whether I was going to pick up one of these bottles, so probably at the end of this I'll make a decision what I'm going to do. Thank you very much, Gabe. Wow. Okay, what a nose on that. Really sweet, fruity. Dare I say there's a little bit of chocolate there as well on that, but it's smoky, it's peaty, it's briny, it's seaweed. All the stuff you'd expect is there. Let's see how the Corryvreckan matches up. 57.1% on this one. Wow, that's nice as well. It's the smoke and the peat's there, but it's sweet, it's bright. This one's a little bit earthy, a little bit more grassy. It's briny, and this is a little bit more honey sweet, whereas that one's probably a wee bit more kind of sherry, dark fruit, dried fruit kind of idea on that one. This is a wee bit more meaty, sweet, salty, briny. Again, the vanilla's here, bit of smoky bacon on this one. Wow. I think the Ardbeg probably had a wee bit more going on in the nose. The smoke's there. Wow, they're both big peaty whiskies, but I think the first thing that you expect is that You'd expect them to be more peaty, but they're a wee bit more rounded than that. They're a wee bit more sweet and fruity, and it's not just about the peat, it's about all sorts of stuff. The brine, the coastal, the maritime, a little bit of medicinal in that Corryvreckan now as well. Just so much. But guys, let's taste them. You know where we're going to send these? Let's 54.2 and 57.1, two fantastic whiskies. Let's send the Uigeadail down the hatch. Cheers, folks. It's much more smoky on the palate. A little bit dry on arrival. Becomes quite spicy. Wow. Smoky, spicy, meaty, oily. Wow. Thick texture. Bit of medicinal. Bit of red fruit. Wow. The tobacco's there. Smoked meats are there. That lemon that was on the nose has got a little bit more orangey now. Nice little orange bit going on. Wow. Bit more fruit, a bit of fruit cake in there as well. A little bit of raisin. A little bit of cherry maybe. Wow. So nice. Fruit and suit. That makes sense. Wow. So oily. Let's have another sip. Wow, that sherry's nice, isn't it? Great balance between the sherry. I'm not too sure how much sherry's in it. It's definitely sherry. There's definitely an influence from the sherry. This is complex. It's oily. At 54.2, it's such an easy sip as well. Wow. Wow, real nice. Let's do the Corryvreckan. Let's cleanse that palate. What do you think, guys? You think I'm becoming a peat head? I must admit, I'm pleasantly surprised in some of these peated whiskies I've been trying. Have I been trying the right peated whiskies? Dive into the comments and let me know. Is there some other peated whiskies you'd like me to try? I've got a few, maybe a Speyside. Maybe look at doing some Highland peated whiskies, maybe some Speyside peated whiskies. Maybe some Campbelltown peated whiskies. I've done dabbled a little bit now. Ardbeg seems to be a wee bit prominent in the minute, so I'm just wanting to get Ardbeg out of the way. Should I tackle Lagavulin? Should I tackle Kilhomans? What do you want to see me do next, guys? So the list is endless. I'll try and source them. So if I don't have them, I'll try and source them like I have these two. So let's dive into the Corryvreckan. Down the hatch, folks. That's punchy, spicy up front. It's still sweet, smoky. There's a wee bit more honey involved in this one. This is honey sweet, white pepper, seaweed, brine. Wow. Bonfire in this one. It's a bit dry, salty, sea spray. Wow, there's coffee, there's red fruit. Two fantastic whiskies, guys. These are equally as complex. A little bit of coffee in this one now. It may be espresso. Dark fruit. Cherry. Red apple. Wow. So much going on. Let's do a second sip. Some oak in that one as well. Some char. Some spiced oak. But it's honey, it's sweet, it's meaty. It's honey glazed meats, whereas the Uigeadail was a bit more smoked meats. This is more kind of honey glazed, maybe some sort of sweet sauce over it. Smoky, salty, cherry pie, apple pie. Wow, so much. Wonderful, wonderful whiskies, folks. Let's do another sip of water and then I'll do a finish on both of them and I'll score them and get going. Wow. Yeah, both of these whiskies have been around for a while. There is rumours that they're probably not as, definitely the Uigeadail. I think I remember way back 2007, 8, 9, I had a couple of really special Uigeadails then, which they were super special. Don't get me wrong, this is nice, guys, but there is word through the grapevine that maybe the Uigeadail's not what it used to be. I'm not a fan of that. I think the whiskey in front of you is what you've got, and you've got it, you've got it. No point in harping on about the whiskey in the past. Let's look forward to the whiskey in the future. That's my motto. So, right, let's do the finish on the Uigeadail. Wow, oh, it's long, smoky, peaty. That fruit and soot's there. A little bit of dryness, definitely a sherry influence on the finish. Those kind of dried fruits, dark fruits. It's malty. Wow, the smoked meats are there. Such a nice whiskey. It's a long finish. It's warming. Wow, super. Let's do the Corryvreckan. Uigeadail, I think, is the lock up next to the distillery, which is Loch Uigeadail. And the Corryvreckan's named after a whirlpool near between kind of Islay and Jura. Wow. Super. Let's do the Corryvreckan on the finish and we'll score them. That's nice as well. Massive finish. Long finish. But it's a sweet finish. Whereas I think the Uigeadail is fruit and soot on the finish. I think this is much more sweet, much more honey, much more saucy, much more sticky. The peat, the smoke. A little bit of chocolate on that one there now. Wow. A little bit of tar in there as well. Maybe some tarmac, maybe some road tar, maybe a bit of creosote. But it's peppery. So much. Wow. Real nice. Both fantastic whiskies, guys. So, what's the score going to be? Is there a favourite? Does Alan have a favourite? What do you think? Have I given you a clue? Do you think I have a favourite? Is the sherry going to prevail? Is the ex-bourbon cask going to set the place alight? Let's find out in a minute. Let's have some water and I'll find out. Don't forget, guys, to dive into the comments. Let me know what you think, what you want me to review next. Is there any more peated whiskies? Dive in. How am I doing? Do I look as if I'm enjoying the peat? Let's find out. Score-wise, so it's close, guys. They're both fantastic. I think the Uigeadail 54.2. They're both non-chill filtered, and I'm led to believe they're both natural colour. The sherry definitely makes an influence on me on the Uigeadail, but I'm loving the Corryvreckan as well. Price-wise, I think the Uigeadail's round about 55 to 65 pounds, depending where you pick it up. That's the UK. I'm not too sure what it's like on global markets. The Corryvreckan is round about the 65 to 75, so there's a wee bit more on the Corryvreckan, a wee bit more ABV, 57.1, 54.2. So they're both fantastic whiskies. Beautifully oily, beautiful, typical Ardbeg, typical Islay. Oily, smoky, peaty, fruity, vanilla, toffeed, honeyed, all sorts going on. There's chocolate in there, there's smoked meats in there on both of them. But if I had to nail it down to a winner, it's going to be very close again, guys. I'm looking to score the Uigeadail. I'm going to score the Uigeadail 89 out of 100. And I think it's going to just pip the Corryvreckan to 88 out of 100. I know, don't shoot me down, the sherry's prevailed. Both fantastic whiskies. Which one would I buy? Now there's a question. I would quite happily buy both of these guys. So if I came along and I walked into my local whiskey shop and it had both of them, then I'd probably pick up both. If I had to commit myself to one, it'd probably be the Uigeadail, which I have bought lots of Uigeadails before. I think I've bought maybe one Corryvreckan before, just purely because I think Uigeadail was where I started, where I got into the sherry. Because I was doing a lot of sherry whiskies. I think sherry, and if I wanted to try the peat, I don't think any of these whiskies, guys, are for the beginner. If you're looking to get into peat for the first time, I don't think these are the road to go down. I think these are pretty much established peat heads. And if you're liking your peat and you're liking your fruit and you're liking your sweetness, then peat and sweet and soot and fruit, then they're the kind of, these are the two to go down. But yeah, no, that's fantastic, guys. I've thoroughly enjoyed doing that one today. Don't forget, I'm not too sure. I think the time of recording, I think I needed 2 more subs for the 5,000. Hopefully by the time the video comes out, we've hit the 5,000. So big thanks to everybody who's subscribed. Big thanks to everyone who's about to subscribe. And then onwards and upwards to the magical 6k, guys. This between me and thee doesn't cost you anything. It's completely free, and you're helping the channel massively on its way to the magical 6k. So yeah, guys, don't forget to smash that like button. Don't forget to dive into the comments. Let me know how I'm doing. Let me know if you want me to review any peated whiskies. I've still got maybe another month or so of peat, so plenty of time. But other than that, I'm Alan. As always, the pleasure is in the sharing, and I'll see you all in the next one. Cheers now. Bye bye.